All right, guys. For some reason, I know the 2.3 video for factoring and solving equations by factoring. We are kind of still having a hard time on that, so I want to kind of go through some more examples. This can be found in the file box on the website on 2.3. It's just called extra practice problems or extra factoring problems or something like that. Um, Basically what this is a whole bunch of problems. You have the answers there as well. You're not going to have necessarily the work there, but you'll have the answers. Each set of four problems is the same type of work. So if you can do, I'm going to do the first one in each of the sections, and then you can do the rest. Now, you don't actually have to print this out or get a hard copy. You can use the Kami app, the Chrome extension, Kami, and you can write all over this with your finger and use the tablet, the Chromebook, and so on. So you do not need a hard copy. If you want to know how to use Kami, please let me know. I can show you for the extra practice. If you fail the power assignment and you fail it again, I'm going to have you do this. So please, please, please make sure you pass it. I'm going to show you kind of on maybe alternate ways that you might have not seen in the video, but it's something very, very similar. I'm going to explain why the teacher in the video actually taught it that way. Okay, so the first four are what we call binomials. Binomials, that means we have two terms. Okay, two terms. So what I do is I look at both of these and I look at the numbers, 3 and 15. What do they have in common? They have a 3 in common. Okay, look at the variables. I have 2 here and 1 here. So how many can I pull out? I can pull out one of them. What is left? Okay, well, we think about this. If we think about this, I'm dividing each of these by that 3x that I pulled out. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. X squared divided by x is just x. 15 divided by 3 is 5. X divided by x, there's none of those left. And that's a plus because that's a plus. So this is my answer here. You're going to do the exact same things with 2, 3, and 4. Here I have 2 A's and 3 A's. So when I pull it out, I'm going to take 2 out. Same thing with the x's on number 3 there. Okay, let's go on to the next section there. All right, here's the next section. And so this is where it gets a little complicated. This is probably where we have a hard time. So these are called trinomials. We should know that already, but maybe we don't. Trinomial is 3 terms. Okay, and in the video, the guy just kind of put a number up top. Like he put like negative 84 up top and he put 17 on the bottom. And so I'm going to show you kind of a different way. The same things we're going to do, but maybe this way makes more sense. So you guys did this in Algebra 1 where you made an x. Hopefully remember making an x. I did A times C, which was still negative 84, and I did B in the bottom there, okay, which is 17. I'm going to find two numbers, these two numbers here, that multiply to get to the top, and then they add to get to the bottom. That's exactly what the guy in the video did, but he didn't do it with the x, and that might be a little confusing if we did it with the x all the way in Algebra 1. Negative 84 and 17. So if I do this, I can use a calculator, I can do all that stuff. I'll show you some tricks with that as well. Actually, in the video, the last part of the video, he gets done with the video, and then he shows like a little video clip. After the video clip, it talks about how to use a graphing calculator to find the two numbers. Okay, please go back and watch that if you do not understand it. That's a really good alternative if you really are not very good at multiplication. So this one here is going to be 21 and negative 4. Okay, 21 and negative 4. So those are my two numbers. Let me do a little bit of erasing here, and then we'll get started. So the reason 21 and negative 4 is because they add to 17. If it was negative here and positive here, that would be a negative 17, and that wouldn't work, right? So please make sure you get the right numbers. Again, the calculator thing on the actual full lesson video will help. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this 3x squared, and I'm going to make a set of parentheses just like this. And I'm going to put a 3 in both of them, no matter what. This number always goes in the first spot. Always, always, always goes in the first spot. The x squared divvies up and goes in like an x and an x. Okay, split it up, x, x. Don't put x squared, don't put x squared. XX, split it up, okay? Then I'm going to put these numbers. So that's a positive 21, so a positive 21. This is a minus 4, so that's a negative 4, okay? Now, this is what we don't understand, is that because I need the number here to be a 3, right here, A, 3, boom. If I multiply these two terms here, when I actually multiply it back out, I get 9, okay? So what happens is I have to divide all of this by 3, because 9, 3 times 3 is 9, divided by that 3 gives me what I need right there. So now here's where we do it. 3 and 21, what can I divide those by? I can divide them by 3, and that gives me x plus 7, okay? Can I divide 3x minus 4 by anything? No. Then the 3 that you divided here cancels with the 3 that's in your denominator, and now I have what is left, okay? Oh, that was weird. Okay, so you have what is left. So you have the x plus 7 after you divided it by 3 and cancel the 3's out, and the 3x minus 4 is what is left, okay? That is how you do that. We're going to get more practice. We're going to do, again, some more, so it doesn't matter. And so that's how you do it. 6, 7, and 8, just same way. Okay, now looking at number 9. 9, 10, 11, and 12 are the exact same. Again, I want to multiply numbers A and C, which makes 100 up top, 101 below. If you do your graphing calculator or even do this in your head, you get 101. They multiply to the top and add to the bottom. But we're good to go there. That's pretty easy. That was an easy one. So here's what I do. I make 2 sets of parentheses. Pretty simple. I put the 10 right here into both. Then I split the K. Split the K. Since I put 10 into both, I have to divide by that 10. Okay, so this is how it starts. 10, 10, 10. Do this, everything. So this one would be 9, 9, 9. Pretty simple. Okay? Then I put the numbers in. Plus 100, plus 1. Can I divide this by anything? No. So we know that's going to be in my answer. Can I divide this one by anything? Yeah, I can divide it by 10. What do I get left? I get k plus 10. The 10 that I divided it by cancels with the 10 that's in my denominator, and I have k plus 10 left. And then this is what you get if you were to multiply it back. You get that at the beginning. Okay? 10, 11, and 12 are all the same. 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? These are all going to be the same. You can probably see that they're maybe a little bit different, but we're going to go and go through this way. So here we go. I, again, do this. 4 times on negative 120 is negative 480. And my B value is negative 28. So again, if you use the calculator to find your values, if you can't do this one or whatever, you get negative 40 and positive 12. Okay, you can, again, very easily do that using the calculator, using this special practice from the actual full lesson video. Again, go to the end of it. Now, again, what am I going to do? I am going to make parentheses. The 4, put it in both. So that means I got to divide by 4. X, split it up. Minus 40, 12. Now, what can 4 and 40 be taken out of? I can take out a 4. What's left? X minus 10. So this 4 cancels with that 4. Okay? So now this is gone, and I have x minus 10. I know that's in my answer, x minus 10. This 4, x plus 12, what can I pull out of there? I can pull out another 4, so that's x plus 3. Okay? So I know the x plus 3 is in my answer. This 4 that I pulled out here, it cannot cancel with my 4 in my denominator because I already canceled it. So this 4 just goes out front. Because it cannot cancel, it has to go out front. Okay? I'll do one more here, like this. I'll do number 14. So I multiply, I get 27, I get 12, I get 9 and 3. Pretty simple. open parentheses, the 3 in both, divide by 3. Split the x up, split the x up. Plus 9, plus 3. Now I can divide these by 3 the first set, 3 times x plus 3. This 3 is canceled with that 3. Already, pretty simple. So my no and my answer, I have an x plus 3. X plus 3 in my answer. What can come out of here? Another 3 times x plus 1. The x plus 1 goes at the end. This 3 cannot cancel with the 3 that I already crossed off because there's nothing there, so it goes out front. So there's my answer there. Again, 15, 16 are the same. 17, again, these are the same kind of problems as the first, the last 4, so let's just get, again, more practice. Multiply numbers, that's negative 560, and then 62. My two numbers are going to be 70 and negative 8. Again, if you multiply them and add them, you get those values. Now, I'm going to put 10, okay, r plus 70, 10r minus 8, and I'm going to divide by that 10. What can pull out of here? A 10 times r plus 7. The 10 cancels with this 10. Pretty easy. So I know r plus 7 is in my answer. 10r minus 8, what can I cancel? What can I take out? I can pull out a 2, and I'm left with a 5r minus 4. This 2 does not cancel with anything, so it goes out front, and then a 5r minus 4 is left. Okay, that's how you do 18, 19, and 20 as well. Okay, number 21. This is a huge number. I'm going to show you how to do this one on a calculator really, really fast. In case you forgot how to do the stuff from the video. Okay, first I'm going to multiply 54 and 378. I get 20,412. And on the bottom I get 528. Dang, this is huge numbers. Then what you are going to do is you are going to hit y equals. You're going to type the top number in, 20,412. Then you are going to divide by x. X is up here underneath the mode. Okay, divide by x, hit enter. I then am going to go to the the table. I'm going to hit second, and then I'm going to hit graph, and that blue kind of key pops up. All right, now I need numbers that multiply to the top and add to the bottom. So here's a little hint. Because they're both positive, that means that I'm going to get numbers that are going to be very close together in this case because I got a big number. Sorry, it disappeared. Let me bring it back over here. All right. So I need numbers that are probably going to be pretty close. Okay, apparently I was way off. Numbers should not have been that close. They're actually pretty far apart here. These are your two numbers here, 42 and 486. I don't know what I was thinking. That's my fault. Well, you can go through. Because they're big numbers, you're going to have to spend a little bit more time, but that's okay. On your iStep or whatever you guys take for your SATs and all your tests, you won't have numbers like this, but if you can do these, you can do smaller ones too. All right, so 54K, parentheses, this is a plus 42, 54K plus 486 divided by 54. What can I pull out of 54K plus 42? I'm going to leave that one alone for a little bit, but 54 to 486. I'm going to go back to my calculator, and I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to see if that 486 can be divided by 54 here. So 486 divided by 54 equals 9, so that's great. So this is 54 can be pulled out. I get K plus 9. 54 cancels with that 54. Then this 54 and 42, I can actually pull out a 6. I can pull out a 6, and I get 9K plus 7. So now what do I have left? I have the 6 out front because it can't cancel with the 9K plus 7 times the K plus 9. There is your answer. That was a lot of work, I agree, because the number was huge. But again, shouldn't be that big of a deal with a calculator. Okay, numbers 25, 26, sorry about that. 27 and 28 are the exact same. I'm not going to go through them as the last 2 or 3 problems that we did. So again, please make sure you're doing them. 29, this is where it gets a little bit different. 29, you cannot just put these into an x, because in order to do an x, I need this first term to be some number, which is a variable, squared. Has to be squared. That's a 3. So can I pull out a variable first? I'm going to have to do that. So in this case, what variable do they have in common? They have an x in common. How many? Just 1. Okay, so if I pull out 1x from all of them, I have 15x squared minus 35x minus 200. Now, using this, I can go ahead and make my x, find my numbers, and make my parentheses. Okay? Then, whatever you do here, and there's probably going to be some number out here you're probably going to pull out. It's probably going to be a 5, I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's going to be a 5, okay? Then the variable that you pulled out in the first place has to go next to it, and then you have your 2 sets of parentheses. It's pretty easy. I'm not going to go through the rest of that problem, okay? But again, it's the same process. Just pull the variables out first. So on number 31, my answer is going to be something like this. 6, I can pull out an n, times something else. This 6 is from your x, and you do all your stuff. That's the number that gets pulled out. The n is from because all of them have an n in common. Number 32, it's going to be an n in common as well, and then at the end you're going to be able to pull out the 5 and put it out front. Numbers 33 to 36 are pretty similar to, not the last set, but, well, some of them I guess are similar to the last set. So I'm not going to really discuss that too much in detail. So let's go on to the next set. Let's keep going. All right, now I want to solve by factoring. So this is the second part of our power assignment. Well, that's weird. There we go. That's the second part of our power assignment. There we go. From 2.3, so let's kind of get into it. Remember, if I have parentheses that are set up, I want to take each individual thing and set it equal to 0. X plus 6 equals 0. This I already solved for, and then I minus 6 and minus 6. That's pretty simple. So my answers are 0, negative 6. Usually we use curly brackets, but it's okay if we don't. Number 38, again, I want to take my parentheses, set it equal to 0. Take my other one, set it equal to 0. Add and divide. Add and divide. So I get positive 6/7 and 3/8. So those are my 2 answers here. Okay, that's the next 2 there. I want to make sure these 4 here that this is 0. Sorry, that this is 0. It is, so we're good. So now I want to take the v squared plus 12v plus 35. I want to factor it like I did in the first, 36 problems, okay? The first half of the video. So I get 35 up top, 12 on the bottom. Then I'm going to take my 2 numbers, which is going to be 7 and 5. Now I'm going to show you guys a little trick, okay? You're more than welcome to do this. Okay, I'm going to show you what to do. Remember, it's 1, so it's 1v, right? Split it. I get 1v, split it, plus 7, plus 5. I'm dividing by 1, so it doesn't really matter, right? When I divide by 1. So nothing can pull out, equals 0. Then I set it equal. I go, okay, it's v plus 7 equals 0, so v equals negative 7. And I do the same thing for the v plus 5. But here's kind of a nice little trick. Those parentheses you do not have to do, like this here that we talked about, and then equals 0. You don't have to do this. Here's your trick. You're going to take your 2 side numbers. You are going to flip them like opposite signs. So these are all positive, so my answers are going to be negative. Okay? And then you divide by the a value. In this case, a is 1. Divide by 1. Negative 7, negative 5. Those are my answers. Okay, let's do the 42. Let's make sure that works here. Negative 20 up top. Negative 1, negative 5, and 4. Let's flip. Positive 5, negative 4. Divide by 1. Positive 5, negative 4. Those are my 2 answers. Only when you're solving an equation. You cannot do this when you're just factoring. When you have an equal sign, you can do this. I call it flip and divide. Flip and divide. Flip, flip, flip and divide. That's how I talked about it, okay? All right, let's go to the next section here. Again, I want to make this 0 here. Sorry, dang, I don't know what's going on here. How do I make this 0? I got to add 3 over here. So I get v squared minus 10v plus 24 equals 0. Now take this, do your x, take your numbers, and then flip and divide. I'm not going to go through this whole section because we guys kind of went over it already. Same thing here. I want to move this over. B squared minus 2b minus 48 equals 0. I have to make this 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. Got to do it. Put this in your x, take your two numbers, and then flip and divide. Flip, flip, flip and divide. Okay, next thing. All right, I'm going to show you how to do 53 in the x because it's two variables, or it's only two terms. I'm going to show you how to do it, so here we go. I already have a 0 here, so we're good there. So now I'm going to take 3a squared minus 7a equals 0. In my x, remember, I take a times c. Well, this is a, this is b, c is right here as a 0. So 3 times 0 is 0. B is still down there. Okay? How do I multiply to 0 and add to negative 7? Negative 7 and 0. Boom, shaka-laka, laka-laka. Okay, here we go. So I get 3. Oh, and then this is actually pretty simple. Remember, again, I take these two numbers. What do I do? Oh, man, I flip and divide. Flip, flip, flip and divide. Positive 7, comma, 0. What's my a value? Oh, it's 3 now. Oh, it's 3. What? Divide by 3. Can I reduce? Nope. 7/3. What's 0 divided by 3? Oh, wait, it's still 0. And those are my answers right there. Pretty simple, guys. It's not really that difficult. This one here, move the 8 over. So I get 5n squared plus 9n minus 2 equals 0. Let's do this one. We'll solve it. Negative 10 up top, a times c. 9 in the bottom. So that's, oh man, what is this? I have no idea. It's positive 10 and negative 1. That was pretty actually easy. Let's take these numbers. Let's flip them. Negative 10, positive 1. Divide by a. Flip and divide. Reduce. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. 1 divided by 5, can't do that. And we're done. That was it. Pretty simple. This one, let's move the negative 24. Dang, my thing is all messed up. There we go. Move it over. 3n squared minus 22n plus 24. We'll do this one too. Equals 0. This needs to happen. Let's do this one. We got 72. We got negative 22. We got negative 18 and negative 4. Let's take these numbers. Let's flip them out. Divide by 3. That's 6, and that's 3/4, and we're done. That was it. Pretty simple. Let's move the 2x squared over. Oh, man. There we go. So that's minus, right? So it's 8x squared. Apparently I have a security alert. Somebody's breached my software, probably North Korea. Equals 0. Let's make our x. 8 times 14. What is that? Oh, man, 112 negative. Negative 9 there. This one here is going to be negative 17 and positive 6. I'm kidding. That's not right. Negative 16 and positive 7. There we go. I got to flip, flip, flip. 16 and negative 7. Divide by a. That's 2, and this can't be reduced, so negative 7/8. Okay, there we go. Pretty simple. And that's it. All right, extra practice. Let me know. If you need help with Cami setting it up, let me know. If you fail your power assignment, I will direct you to doing this, and you are not going to get a hard copy. This is going to be on the computer. All right, so if you want to print it at home, you're more than welcome to do that. But again, please, please, please follow these instructions. I'm not trying to make it too difficult for you, but if you cannot factor, I'm going to tell you right now, you will not pass my class, especially second trimester, because that is the biggest problem that we face. All right, so please, please, please make sure you're factoring correctly. Peace.